Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you all here. Today we start in English. For the German viewers, wir starten erstmal in Englisch, später wechseln wir auf Deutsch. Wir schauen uns zusammen die PlayStation State of Play, das ist der Name an. We watch together the PlayStation State of Play. It's already running. I'm too late, as always, but, well, better than nothing, I guess. And I would say, people, let us start with that. Sound is very loud for me. It starts with the first trailer. I've not watched into it, so I have a lot of surprises still left. I mean, it's VOD recorded, so there's no problem. That's a stream where we always get music that gets claimed. No idea what this is. Well, welcome to nice to see you.
Emotion running through our veins. Heartbeat, love is making waves. Emotion running through our veins.
Any idea what this could be, chat?
Love is making waves.
Like some rhythm game? Or it's just a nice screen to introduce it? Don't ask me. An interesting way to start the show. But we hope. In the meantime, maybe I make the background a bit less loud. We of course hope for, I don't know, some FromSoft news or whatever, but, well, I don't believe in that. Luminous. Okay, no clue what that was.
Hello from Enhance. I'm Tetsuya Mizuguchi.
ディレクターの石原隆です。ルミネスアライズのトレーラー楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。この秋、プレイステーション5、PSVR2 対応で発売予定です。ルミネスアライズはバラエティ豊かな曲と美しいビジュアルが没入感を高め、いつまでも遊びたくなるゲーム体験となっています。その世界はとても心地よく、プレイヤーを共感覚の世界へと導きます。
まあよくある普通のパズルゲームってことだよね。テトリスエフェクトを一度遊んだことがある人はわかると思いますが、ルミネスアライズはただのパズルゲームではありません。
夏にシングルとマルチプレイの体験版を配信予定です。
Das ist von den Tetris-Effekt-Machern, das neue Spiel, okay.
Thank you and enjoy the rest of State of Play.
The future. It isn't just a dream.
The future.
It's a promise. One we're turning into reality. With our third generation of Luna filament and advanced generative AI, we're reshaping the line between dreams and reality. We create life for our future.
Classic.
Delphi Corporation.
Structure.
Let's see about getting paths through to Earth. And why are these things trying to kill us?
That took a dark twist suddenly.
There you are. All better.
Oh, that is Pragmata. Remember the honeycomb shape.
AMD I03367. They are pragmatic.
Hang on a second. Don't you have a name or something?
Capcom announced this a while ago.
Get behind me!
I think I can help.
Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through. What the?
Okay, looks cool.
Bypassing first and second firewalls. Hooking control protocols. Initiating hack.
Yeah, Pragmata. Nice. Interesting to see this. So it seems you have a companion on your back, and she has some, I know, hacking abilities and stuff. You fight against robots all the time.
Okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
It's real. The good thing is we can turn back. What was the first message that was written there? "2022, very sorry. 2026. I don't know when it was announced. It was announced quite some time. Then we didn't hear of about the game for quite some time. Then was kind of gone. So now we have a 2026 release. Seems to be quite ambitious. Or were some development problems. They take quite a time. Can't remember when this was a thing.
Oh, hey, today is Saturday, which means curry time.
Awesome, I love curry.
Speaking of curry, apparently the current president is actually a humane. What does that mean? It's okay, I'll get it.
Okay, what on earth?
Curry
Romeo!
time.
Romeo, stay with me. Grandpa, I'm gonna die. Romeo, listen up. You're gonna die in about 15 seconds. Seriously? Seriously, don't worry. I made this just in case. The Dead Gear life support system. Don't move, okay? You're already half dead. From now on, you're half dead man. No, wait, that's pretty lame. Dead man. From now on, you're dead man.
Okay, what on earth is going on there? Who's making this game? Is it, I don't know, Suda? Is it Squarey?
Romeo is a dead man. Coming 2026. Maybe.
Huh? That was Grandpa's voice.
Wait. Kanobu Mitsuno, director. I like that they kind of show the names. Let me just look it up.
Maybe.
Huh? That was Grandpa's voice. Are you like a spirit? I'm on your back. What?
皆さんこんにちは。グラスホッパーの役者の須田剛一です。いえ。
Okay, der
皆
Typ
さん
hat
トレーラーどうでした？
Visions.
グラスホッパーの久々の新作ロミオ・イザ・デッドマンです。いよいよ発表できました。このゲームはですね、主人公のロミオがロミオ・スターゲーザーという名前なんですがかっこいいでしょ。時空犯罪 FBI 捜査官として、凶悪なですね指名手配犯をさまざまな時空に飛んで倒していく、 そんな、ブラッディなアクションゲームとなっています。そして今回はですね、剣だけじゃありません。銃も使えます。ストロングスタイルのアクションゲームとして、チーム一丸となって頑張って作ってます。そしてなんで、タイトルがですねロミオなのにデッドマンなのか、それは皆さんぜひ続行をお待ちください。プレイステーション30周年過ぎちゃいましたけど、おめでとうございます。それでは引き続きステートオブプレイをお楽しみください。
サクコ、どこ行くの？こっち通るの珍しいね。今は誰かと喋りたくて。私も後から行くね。うん。じゃあね。裏切り者。
Ja, Suda 51 war das übrigens gerade, falls ich meint. Das war Suda 51.
足の悪いおばあちゃんまでいないなんて、こんなの絶対に変。俺もいないし、気味の悪い怪物がうろつき回ってるし。いや、ひなこ。
I think it is. I think the new Silent Hill, was it called F or something? I forgot. But it's more Japanese horror approach.
ひなこ、どこにいるの？ひなこはいいよね。何でも持ってる。そんなあんたがいなくなってくれるんだからせいせいする。一人は嫌だよ。寂しいよ。ずっと一緒だよって約束したよね。暗いのは嫌。一人ぼっちは嫌。作子。
Silent Hill F.
裏切り者。
Very unusual setting for a Silent Hill game, to be honest. We know this classic Silent Hill plays, but it seems they explore new ways now, different cultures and so on. Very interesting. September. Okay. Huh? 25th. Quite disturbing. But the remake of 2, that was quite well.
The castle has been sighted again. The Church's orders are absolute. These human sacrifices must be stopped.
We will track the ethereal castle, break its gates, and exterminate the creatures that dwell within. The demon lord himself.
From the look, I would almost say that is bloodstained.
This mission will test the limits of your courage.
You will face horrors beyond your darkest imaginings. Beasts that defy reason. Creatures born of pure darkness. Falcon Blossom! Die! Oh, no!
Bloodstain. The art style looks so similar to Bloodstain throughout the night. In a way. Which is kind of a Castlevania spin-off thing. What? That must be it. We don't see Miriam.
Tonight, we start our mission!
It's Bloodstained Secret of the Scarlet Engagement. Bloodstained 1 I really liked.
So you've come, trolls of the church, right into the palm of my hand.
I kind of hoped they would maybe improve on the art style a bit. It always looked a bit weird to me.
I can't quite put into words. You've somehow been
And
sent
it
back
seems
in time
they did
8
not.
years. But the situation here is critical. I'm counting on you, Agent.
It's strange. Kind of, I'm happy that we see Bloodstained on one hand. On the other hand,
What you call us Digimon? I'll always be right here with you.
Who exactly are you working for? I remember you guys.
Digimon.
Or what
Did I hear it right? I've no. Coming 2026, so next year.
But this is the first time the Titans have launched an attack on this scale.
We now believe most of the anomalies we
I think the biggest criticism for Bloodstained was kind of the
world on this end is running
the art style for me. It worked when I played it, and it's a fantastic game, really fun. Cool, very cool mechanics and so on. Yeah, for people wondering, it's made by the guy who made Symphony of the Night, Castlevania game, a legendary that kind of shaped a bit how Castlevania stuff works. Was for the PlayStation 1 back in the day. And Bloodstained was fantastic. It was a really good game. Really good. It was so fun. The art style was always a bit odd to me, and it seems like they... I find quite interesting this a bit out of place 3D style in this more 2D game. Yeah. Yeah, 3rd October. Digimon Story Time Stranger. Okay, no, I have no connection to Digimon. I just know that the intro song is pretty awesome in German. Potentially also in English. Creative Studios 3. Where?
Oh, Father, abandon not your wayward children of Ivalice, but deliver us from our sins, that we might know salvation.
If you feel
Welcome to the classic JRPG section of the
Why do you
stream.
fight? Why walk this path of subterfuge and conflict?
The powerful must
saw it,
rule the
Chocobo.
weak. It is our duty.
Heavens fall upon
Is this Final Fantasy Tactics or something?
charade has gone on long enough. It ends now.
Yeah, it's Tactics, okay. I don't know the
Do you
series of
remember
Tactics too well.
when your father showed us how to make a whistle of a blade of grass?
A pretty cool music though. Classic, enhanced. Both versions included. Enhanced version featured new. It was too fast to read. Also this year in December.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann, here to deliver news and release dates for games coming to PS5 later this year.
We hope you enjoyed that first look at Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evil East Chronicles. The game will include 2 versions of the original PlayStation Classic. The enhanced version, which features improved graphics, fully voiced dialogue, refined gameplay, and much more, as well as the classic version, which brings a faithful recreation of the 1997 original to modern consoles. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evil East Chronicles launches on PS5 and PS4 September 30th, and will be available for pre-order later today.
This next game is something really special. When I first played it, I laughed so hard I almost barfed. Let's check it out.
But is there maybe just toilet?
Toilet?
Yeah, sorry, I just need to pee.
How badly?
Just normal. Bad.
Just go behind this bush, I'll wait.
I can run away.
Pee shy?
No.
Yeah, no, you don't want me watching.
You can watch.
In baby steps, all you have to do is carefully place one foot in front of the other, which is easier said than done. Main character Nate requires some pretty deliberate movement to make even the simplest progress. It's a captivating open-world experience filled with oddball characters.
Here we go. Not dark. Oh, no. You found it even without a map. The best toilet on the mountain.
Oh, good.
Definitely check this one out when it comes to PS5 on September 8th.
Well, this is so far the most disturbing trailer.
Hirogami is a unique action-adventure title from Bandai Namco Studios Singapore.
Looks kind of cool,
In
I
this
have to
journey
admit.
to save
This
your
is
origami
interesting.
home, you'll transform into paper
And
shapes with
what do you
distinct
call it?
abilities,
Focuscope. Hey, I was doing
including a paper airplane,
doing well.
a nimble frog,
Playing too much Elden Ring Night Rain though.
Party armadillo,
How are you doing, Kirda? Nice to see you.
and a powerful ape. Master the art of folding when Hirogami arrives.
I'm a bit
on
behind, so if you
PS5
watch
later
the
this summer.
PlayStation State of Play,
Sid,
that's the
why
name.
don't you tee this next one up?
Thanks,
When it
Sean.
actually started,
The
you are
Hot
like
Shots series
20
has been
minutes
with
ahead of
PlayStation
us.
From the very beginning,
Well,
its
British
latest
is already over.
installment, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots boasts its largest character roster ever.
But yeah, doing a lot of
Compete in courses from 10
stream stuff in
different
German,
regions
which is
around the
unfortunate for
world,
my English viewers, I know.
each with weather effects and new nighttime variants. Pre-orders begin later today. And those who do will get Bandai Namco's iconic Pac-Man as an early unlockable character. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots drives onto PS5
Doing good. Seen you on
September
Discord.
5th.
Presume it was a DLC. Well, it's kind of a spin-off of Elden Ring with like a multiplayer roguelike. Oh, this is Ninja Gaiden
is a
thing.
challenging new entry
That
in the
looked really cool.
long-running action franchise.
No, I'm streaming it to my German
From the makers of the
Twitch
Blasphemous
channel.
series, Ragebound stars dual protagonists from rival clans, forced to combine their
So,
souls and skills
I'm definitely
against a
streaming
demon
it.
uprising.
It just
And longtime
link it in
fans
the
will
description, I
really
promise.
love the pulse-pounding soundtrack featuring
you potentially
guest
won't
composers from
understand
the
stuff.
original
Interestingly, I have
series.
one English viewer on my channel, even though he doesn't understand German, which I kind of find interesting. Maybe he's already back on the German channel. He wanted to, yeah, he's definitely there. Shout out to usually AFK.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound arrives July 31st on PS5.
But yeah,
and
now I stream it
PS4.
to all the channels currently too. Ninja Gaiden might be a game we might look into if
From
we
the
have the
game
time
makers,
and power.
Cairn is a survival climbing experience where you must carefully plan your ascent up a deadly mountain.
Reminds me a bit of what was the other game
Manage balance
called?
and stamina to discover secrets.
There was another climbing game.
Hey, wait for me!
Encounter other climbers.
I'm Marco. Nice to meet you.
And survive the harsh conditions of the climb.
Potentially understand, yeah.
You
What
can
was
give it a
the- what
try
was the game
yourself
called,
with the
chat? Does
demo
somebody
that
know?
Arrives later today. That's all from us, but there's still a lot of State of Play to come.
This next reveal comes from the game preservationist at Digital Eclipse. Nothing can prepare you for their next collection, arriving later this year.
We knew pretty
I
early
forgot
on that
which
the game was
studio
fun to
made
play,
the game,
we were excited about
unfortunately.
it.
The most rewarding part of it is just seeing people react to it.
We knew that we were onto something.
It was such a shock to see this game. I was like, I can't believe this game exists.
Mortal Kombat was in Germany, yeah, basically forbidden. Friend had it on the PlayStation. Jusan,
It became
thank you. Yes,
something
yes, that was the
added to
name.
The mystique of Mortal Kombat fatality.
reminded me of that a bit.
We're showing you a part of
I'm not sure how it's even pronounced. I guess that's the problem why I can't remember the name. Don't not made it, of course. Yes, yes. So there's a Mortal Kombat collection coming out. Will it come out in Germany though? Because some of these games are still on the index in Germany.
There was no template to make the games. It's a bit of the Wild West.
And we have this particular sound.
Is an expression of who we were and what we wanted to do.
I heard an interview how the sound came to be. And it was like when they were playing against each other, they often said something, you get burned. Not on this team. Okay, that's strange. Sometimes when you win against another player, say, yeah, you got smoked or you got burned or something like that. And this developed into toasty, and then they decided to put it in the Mortal Kombat game at some point. Okay, new fight stick. Looks pretty sweet. I have a fight stick, but I never use it. Because it takes some effort to learn using a fighting arcade stick.
That guy? No, he's close.
Oh, nice real.
We've lost sight of the enemy. Find him.
Is this a remake of 3? Yeah, it must be.
Loading like this? It's a revolution.
All right, Commander.
Baby. Take this. Here comes another one. You won't get away from me. Time for you to taste some real pain.
What's the matter? I'm over here. Go back to your own world. See you in hell. I'll grind you into nothing. What the?
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, the remake of Snake Eater. I find it interesting that they focus on the goofy aspect of that game. Okay, what on earth? It will be a bit goofy. This sounds really nice.
Spirit stones. Shining stones imbued.
Isn't that
with
also the official name of
humankind's
these piles of rocks?
never-ending
Dan?
dreams. Since time immemorial,
This
this
is
power has been
no, it's not.
the
First
impetus
I thought
for human wars.
it's the new, what's it called, chat? It's again a new Team Ninja game. It's Neo 3 or something, but I think it has a completely different name, Wulong 2 or whatever. But this is
what makes a shogun? Here is my answer.
So that's pretty cool because Team Ninja with the Neo series kind of added a new type of flavor to the old series. Interestingly, Kazan is pretty heavy inspired by that. So how Souls work, so without an interconnected world, we have different places, and it's indeed new Neo 3, sick. I like Neo. It's not 100% my kind of flavor from Souls, but
Tokugawa Takechiyo.
皆さんこんにちは。チーム忍者の安田です。
戦国シニゲーシリーズの最新作「203」をついに発表させていただきました。
So treffen wir uns also zum ersten und letzten Mal wieder, alter
スタイル
Knabe.
に加え新たに忍者スタイルを追加、より多彩な戦闘を楽しめます。
Welcome, Baldur.
ステージもオープンフィールドとなり、探索や攻略の自由度や没入感が大幅にアップしています。本日よりプレイステーション5で体験版も配信いたしますので、ぜひプレイしてご意見をいただければと思います。
Demo available today. Okay.
ぜひご期待ください。
We might look into this. Not sure if today. Cairn.
No one knows how old the city really is.
In German we call it Steinmännchen, Steinhaufen,
it's all I've ever
Steinhügel. Okay.
My whole world.
Vertigo Games, what was that again?
I was raised in this city's shadow. Free to
That's
take
VR,
whatever
okay.
I need.
Maze Theory, that's a good name. Not sure who has currently the Thief IP. Oh,
This city
does Eidos Montreal have a
hides
Thief
many lost
IP?
and legendary treasures. Locked away, waiting to be found. Waiting to be taken.
I think that's Thief. It is a Thief game.
But
That's
some
sick.
treasures
But just for VR, PlayStation
come
VR
with
2 to
more
be precise.
trouble than others.
Huh, Thief VR, Legacy of Shadow. With a female protagonist, interesting. Remind me a bit of Thief, and I called it. Well, turns out I'm not bad at this.
Are you there yet?
But it's unique.
Cleo has uncovered a formula for a cure, but she's keeping it safe in her tower.
Hey, you got some hosen?
Marketland seems a bit tense today. I heard something happen with another Tidewalker. Damn it! It's gone! Someone beat us to it!
Multiplayer
Ever since the
story.
Great Flood, Elend,
With
my
time
dear planet,
fun
has been
element.
dying. Plastemia has taken everything from us. But you Tidewalkers are all connected.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
And it's up to you now to use that power.
Marauders! This is our new recruit! Please, help me. Get them!
Tidewalkers. Will you help us?
Can't tell you if this is like already an established IP or something. Tides of Tomorrow seems to be something new. Looks kind of cool. Not sure how the multiplayer element is exactly tied to it.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Doucet, the game director of Astrobot. It's a pleasure to be back today to share more news with you.
Oh,
What the
Astrobot
last few months
won
has
Game
been
of
in
the
the
Year or
world of
something,
Astro.
right?
Astrobot
Got
launched
the-
last September to
quite
such
a few-
encouraging feedback.
Quite a bit of recognition.
Even receiving a few honors we are truly grateful for. In October, we added 5 speedrun levels, followed by a Christmas special packed with festive surprises. And then earlier this year, the Vicious Void Galaxy made its appearance, adding yet more new challenging levels, all of which came at no additional cost. And today, I am pleased to announce
was
that
very well
later this
received.
month, you will be able to enjoy 5 brand new challenge
I don't have a
levels
PlayStation,
in
so I haven't
Astrobot,
played it, but
bringing the total to a whopping 90 planets.
I don't have a PlayStation
And
5
new
to be
special
precise,
bots
but-
will be there too, including Atsu from Ghost of Yotei, alongside other fans' favorites, but these ones
Yeah,
are
I also had some
surprise.
ref vibes a
And
moment.
finally, the Astrobot DualSense wireless controller will return later
maybe
this year
I stream
with a
a
slight
Neo.
twist. So be on the lookout for more news coming soon. From all of us at Team Asobi, thank you all for the amazing reception
We won
you gave the
Karn
game,
and 2
and enjoy
Karns.
the rest of the show.
but usually all just cold cans. Okay, interesting. Definitely looks gimmicky, but who knows? Okay, ship going down. Puppet man. Puppet man who can drown. You have remnants. He looks like Guybrush Threepwood. Do you see that? This is a Monkey Island IP? And what is going on here?
Memories go, memories stay, chasing the sound of the waves. It always sways, it always strays, standing on the beach all day. Whoa, 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 whoa.
You can also steer your boat. Yes, turn-based combat. It looks a bit like Monkey Island from the style, but the people are all made out of wood or something? Or is it just a very specific art style they have? They're like wooden dolls. You have remnants, okay. There's one guy, the trailer will look like Guybrush Threepwood. His journey? His journey. Easy call. So is it Journey 2? Is it like remaster or something? It's a fantastic game. Really good game. Sword of the Sea, okay. It's just Journey inspired or something, or uses maybe the world of it? But made by a different studio, I think?
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Zatani. That was a new look at Sword of the Sea, a visually striking adventure from the team behind Abzu and Pathless. We're excited to announce that Sword of the Sea will launch this summer into the PlayStation Plus game catalog.
Interesting.
On June 17th, Remedy brings otherworldly action to game catalog with FBC Firebreak. In this cooperative FPS set in the paranatural world of Control, you and two fellow agents must confront and contain the reality-warping chaos found within the oldest house. Fun in short bursts or deep dives, FBC Firebreak launches day one into game catalog on June 17th.
Wait a moment.
The PlayStation Plus
What did you
Classics
just say?
catalog welcomes several new titles this summer.
Was it already something interesting?
The PS2 version of legendary immersive sim Deus Ex arrives June 17th.
Okay, PlayStation. Deus Ex coming to PlayStation,
In
good.
July, Twisted Metal 3 and
Favorite
Twisted
game of
Metal
all time,
4
by the way.
join the service just in time for the second season premiere of
yes,
Twisted Metal,
Neo
which
3.
arrives July 31st in select
Demo
countries,
is out now,
including
not sure if it's
Peacock
on
in the
PC
US.
though. I hope.
Additionally, 2 of Capcom's most beloved games from the original PlayStation are set
Pragmata,
to join
they
the
finally
classics
showed
lineup.
us what the game is about. It was announced years
Resident
ago.
Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 will arrive later this summer.
What was the
in
other game that was
classics catalog.
interesting? A bit of goofy snake eaters.
Additionally, Myst
Metal Gear
and
Solid
Riven will
Delta.
arrive later this month as part of the Days of Play celebration, running now through
They
June
showed
11th.
us. This game's also
Days
pretty
of Play
cool.
is a 2-week event that
Oh, a few
includes
things that
bonus
were quite
PlayStation
interesting.
Plus content drops, great deals on software and hardware, and more. Visit PlayStation Blog and PlayStation.com for full
Yeah, they show Bloodstains, the new Bloodstains. They also showed. It didn't change the art style though.
Cut their own rope to save him. He
And there's a
watched
new
them
game by
fall,
Suda51,
then found his way off that
which
mountain.
looks absolutely crazy.
was 11
He got the
years
guy
old.
who made one of these Star Wars
Then
Vision
started the
anime
grand
things,
tour
I
of
think,
every
to make
major
part
boarding
of the
school
trailer.
in Britain. Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds
That's
with
the, that's the,
authority,
I didn't see
same
the,
thing in
the stuff
His
yet. That's the
superiors all
James Bond
praise his
game.
instincts. And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined.
The Steve VR game was
He
interesting.
only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple.
I think this
Bond
is the
is a
first time we
bullet without
see a glimpse of
target.
the new James Bond.
Let's give him one.
Looks a bit unusual for a James Bond dude.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is
It's made by 101, who made also Hitman.
Whatever the end game
So we'll
is,
see
we
some
won't see
Hitman
it.
similarities.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
Very curious how this will work out. I'm actually curious if you can actually drive. I've never seen 101 games make driving part. It looks a bit wonky to be honest.
What do you do,
Or was a
James?
cutscene?
Lately, headhunting.
First light. That's what they called it. Interestingly, like in one of the most
Suppose this
legendary.
is another teachable moment.
What was I want to say? The game. I think the guys behind the James Bond license really hate
Hello, I'm Hakan Abrak,
the
CEO
GoldenEye
of
game.
Interactive. The
I
team
still
is thrilled to announce
considered
007 First Light.
in the gaming world quite a
You'll
success and
experience
very
James Bond
popular
as a
back in the
young
day on
air
the
crewman in the Royal
N64.
Navy. Before the
Was also
tuxedo
on the index
and
in
the
Germany, by the
martinis,
way.
as he first steps into the world of espionage,
think it's not anymore.
striving to earn his 00 status. Everyone at Interactive has poured their passion and dedication into crafting an experience that honors the legacy of Bond, harnessing our 25 years of agent expertise. This is just the beginning of our journey with 007, and we can't wait to share more with you soon.
Interesting that they made like an original character for it. Okay, this is Ghost of Thing, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe it's something different. What is it? Yotai? Ghost of Yotai? Something like that.
still with me?
Bloodstain? Yeah, from the guy who made Symphony of the Night. Castlevania, game the legendary on the PlayStation 1. Yeah, your time. So that's kind of made by Sucker Punch, I think it was, who made Ghost of Tsushima. Arc System Work. They made the Captain America shield. They make a Marvel game? Okay, that's sick. So they make Guilty Gear and stuff, and Dragon Ball Fighters. And the interesting part about this is they can make cartoon art style. It is kind of 3D, but looks like a 2D comic. And they're really good at this. They also were the first big Japanese fighting game developer who implemented rollback netcode. I could imagine this being really popular. That's actually huge. Because it's just the Marvel license that's so powerful. You make a competent game that looks and plays well, even though it's a niche thing like fighting game, it could be very popular. Interestingly, the other guys, right, Injustice people who make Mortal Kombat, had some of these licensed fun stuff before. Now they kind of gave the Japanese dudes stuff. Look how awesome the animations and visuals are. I was impressed by myself to just that I recognized it this fast, but I know, yeah, it looked like the Captain America shield, and they talked about vibranium or whatever it's called. I have no clue about Marvel comic stuff, but like one of the few things I know about it. And it's also a tech fighter. Very impressive. But yeah, the big shoutouts to Arc System Works for basically saying, yeah, we need good rollback netcode in fighting games. They started this with Guilty Gear Strive.
プレイステーションの友人から急になんか飲みに行こうぜっていう連絡が来て、なんのこっちゃと思って、予定合わせて行ったんですけど、ちょっと飲んでる中で実はアークの方でマーベルの格闘ゲームを作ってみないかというような提案をいただきまして。いや本当に聞いた時はびっくりしましたね。で、世界的に本当に有名な IP ですし光栄だなと思いつつも、まず本当にうちの会社で大丈夫かなという不安もあり。
That's actually impressive stuff. That they got the IP there. I mean, there are not many studios in the world that can make this stuff here.
And wanting to say, why isn't PlayStation in this space? So PlayStation approached us with this vision to bring Marvel back to the forefront of the tag fighting genre. And that got us really excited because we had worked with them before on successful stuff like the Marvel Spider-Man franchise with Insomniac.
When it came to approaching Marvel, you have to kind of first float the idea and let them know, hey, you know, we're thinking about approaching a company like Arc System Works to make a fighting game. We'd love to partner with you to do this really great collaboration. Would you be interested?
When they named the developer, that really perked up our ears. It's always refreshing to work with a team that will take on the challenge of tackling Marvel, putting their own spin on it, and then just uppercutting that challenge into the stratosphere. And that's what you get with this team. I mean, they couldn't make something boring if they tried.
社長からも本当に作れるんだったらぜひやりたいねっていうことを言われました。まあ話を受けてしまった以上これは私がプロデューサーなのかなっていうところで。
The tricky thing is that most fans, including myself, see this as a sacred genre for Marvel. The tough part is finding a partner that's crazy enough to take on the task, because you either do something like this big and bold, or you don't do it at all.
Me being damn.
I feel like I have a good grasp on their art style and how they would approach certain IPs. You come in with your kind of own
yeah, that's actually impressive.
Here's what I would expect to see from Arc System.
I don't like tech
when
fighters.
They take on a Marvel IP.
Tech fighters are where you have
came
basically two characters or more that you select, and then you switch through it. That's kind of at least that's I think what it is, because you can basically fight with two. You have two on the screen, then you can call in support from others that help you with attacks and extend combos and stuff, which is cool and kind of popular with Marvel vs. Capcom stuff, for example. They also made Dragon Ball Fighters.
I remember personally the first time I saw Iron Man was really when I felt we had something special.
なので今回のアイアンマンのデザインを皆さんご覧いただければわかると思うんですけども、かなりこう日本らしいアークシステムワークスらしいデザインっていうのが出ているかなと思うので、マーベルの皆さんの反応がすごく良くて、これなんだみたいな。
And you have the advantages of having 3D models.
Iron Man is supposed to be the
At the same time, they look like it's 3D. It's like it's drawn.
Brick
It's
house.
so good at this.
And the fact that they added anime mech elements to him just felt really naturally at home.
One of the mantras that we have for this project is from Japan to the world, and really trying to take not just the IP but gameplay mechanics and say, what can we really take from Japan, the creators that are doing awesome work here, and bring that to the global platform.
まあ特別なところいっぱいあるんですけど、まあ本当にやっぱり強調すべきは、まあ格闘ゲームのチームバトルの中では4対4というのがまず本当に意欲的で挑戦的なところだというところと、
When Arc looks at these Marvel characters, it's not simply just the visuals, it's also the gameplay mechanics and adding in that, what is that pop? What is going to be something that's different? Up until now, you've seen tag fighters that have 2v2, 3v3. We felt like we just had to go 4v4. And in doing so, we found a lot of unique and fun ways to change up the gameplay that I think players are going to be very excited to see.
今回4対4という革新的なところにチャレンジしている中で4キャラクター練習しないと勝てないんじゃないのとか安心してください。
Learning 4 characters is extremely daunting, but the team at Arc System Works has found a way to design a system that adapts to your playstyle. So you can
Sometimes
either
the problem
dig
with
it
these
out as
tech
just
fighters
the
where have so many
leader and
characters,
assist, or you can tag in your assist to swap the leader
it can be a
and
bit
change the matchup on the fly.
basically who drops the combo first loses at some level of play then.
You know, this has just been an awesome journey, and I'm excited that we get to be able to share it with all the fans out there.
I'll tell you right now, a lot of fighting games, they never get to experience this level of production, and it's just a dream to even be working with these two great partners.
それは決してビジネスという枠組みではなくて、いいゲームにしてファンに届けようと。
The 3 companies have come together to do this, and I think we really are going to make something magical here.
このタイトルですね、まだまだ開発途中ではありますが、続々とキャラクターも発表していきたいと思いますし、キャラクター以外のコンテンツというところも今後いろいろ出ていくと思います。今しばらく楽しみにお待ちいただければなと思います。
That's a very expensive video to produce, by the way. Very high quality, everything here. The sound, the editing, the mood shots, a bit of the documentary in it and so on. Very impressive. Okay, is it already it for it?
It seems the upcoming battle is truly unavoidable.
But I can see this working, to be honest, because they have a massive IP now with it. And it looks great. The problem is fighting games are always niche. Like very niche and frustrating. So for this to work, what Art needs to do is create really good single player content if they want to be a huge success. I think that's kind of key to it. Because a lot of people don't want to fight online and get their asses handed to them. That's not that fun. And you have a lot of, like, as soon as you know these kinds of games, know how ARC games work, if you're a veteran fighting game player, you already have quite the edge, to be honest. I think that's it, chat. That's it. Okay, so to summarize things up really quick. So we had this weird game by this game here by Tetris Effect. Potentially gets claimed, though I can't play much music here. Yeah, but that looks like a wild trip. Then we had this thing here.
Reality.
Okay, yeah, this was Pragmata. That is interesting. They announced this years ago. We know this little girl. We have seen, I think there are 2 trailers only out for it to this point, and now this is potentially the 3rd, as far as I'm aware. And yeah, we have this guy in this futuristic spacesuit and this little girl on the space station, on the moon, I think they are. And she has like super hacking powers, and she's like on his back
identified, neutralizing
and hacks things for him.
Hooking control protocols. Initiating hack.
We didn't hear that. They even acknowledged this thing here at the end of the video. There was like a little card. It was announced for 2022, 2023, question mark. What short for a long time. Very sorry. And now they plan to release it 2026. It's real. This time, maybe. We will see. Yeah, it was kind of a bit in a, what do you call it, limbo. Didn't hear about this game for some time, but it was announced quite some time ago and never heard of it again. Let me see, what do they write? The footage represents a game still in development. Okay. But here you can kind of see some gameplay elements.
We're gonna have to fight our way
this
through.
scene here, you know, that looks like gameplay. Looks pretty cool. Here we have, I assume, Earth. It's Africa, Madagascar, and stuff, you know that. And yeah, I don't know what to say much about it. It seems like you have hacking abilities through this. Maybe you can separate. There will be some game design elements around having 2 characters. Hopefully she's not too annoying. And then you fight big mech robots and stuff like that. Cool.
Initiating hack.
Then we had this absolutely crazy game here called yeah, Romeo is Dead Man or something. They had this weird trailer at the beginning made, like this weird thing here.
Awesome, I love curry. Speaking of curry, apparently the
And whoever made this here, I assume it is these people who made this particular trailer there at the beginning. Yeah, here it is. So cast, and the name Takanobu Mitsuno shows up, and I tried to Google it, and it seems this guy made some stuff for Star Wars Visions. You remember this? This was kind of a collection of anime stuff in the Star Wars universe, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if it was one style or was multiple different styles, or it was just one anime. That's what he made and worked on, so he's kind of known for that. But does he now do video games? But it seems like the animated sequence was made here by him. And this stuff here, we can later see it in the trailer. Grasshopper Studios. There we have those guys. Let me just see. And yeah, Grasshopper is the studio from a guy called Guichi Suda, also known as Suda51. And that's the gentleman we see here in a moment. Yeah, here it also says created by Suda51 and Ren Yamazaki. Which is interesting, because as soon as I saw the gameplay, I thought, okay, this is so mixed, this is so weird. Is this a Suda game or is this Swiri? Like, that was my question, remember? And yeah, it's indeed a Suda51 game. Here we have the gentleman talking. So that's Suda51. It's a very weird style making games. They're always very unique in their visual representation and so on. So it kind of fitted that part in this regard. So I'm not sure. Then we saw Silent Hill F, the new Silent Hill game. You didn't show the Silent Hill, I didn't pay attention then. I thought, is this Silent Hill? Yeah, I think it's Silent Hill. I remember this red stuff on the ground. And they're now kind of bringing the Silent Hill to this more Japanese horror thing. So kind of cool. We already have seen some trailers and stuff for it. You can pre-order it today. I'm not sure if there's a release date for it. Yes, this year, September 25th of September 2025. I hate this date format, by the way. The day comes first, then the month, then the logic. Then we had Bloodstained, this game here. So we have this trailer with this guy here, and you see this weird art style. I'm not sure if you like it. It's not bad, to be honest. It's just a bit getting used to.
Test the limits of your courage.
I always feel like the characters in this particular art style always feel a bit out of place. Like the background and stuff looks really good and has a certain style to it. And then the actual characters stick out. I mean, it's not bad that they do it like this, because it's where you understand what is in the foreground, what is decoration and whatnot. Kind of make this stick out and work in this regard, but it always looks a bit weird to me. I don't know why it is. However, gameplay-wise, the first game was really, really fun. And we had a character called Miriam there, which we haven't seen here in this trailer. So it seems like they go now with a different set of protagonists here.
Beyond your darkest imaginings.
And since the guy who made the original Castlevania does not have the license for Castlevania anymore, it's a guy called Koji Igarashi, also called Iga. He worked on it. I think he was one of the lead programmers back in the day, and the writers of it. The director was Toru Hagihara, I think it's pronounced. And what is interesting about this is that yeah, at some point he made like, I don't know, a Kickstarter, this Koji Igarashi, and that he wants to make Bloodstained. And there was also like a little 2D byproduct of it and so on. So that was pretty cool. And even though, like I said, the art style is needs a bit getting used to, it was very similar to what we see here. It was really fun. Like, you could collect enemy abilities and so on. It's a Metroidvania, of course, with leveling up. Here are the different characters, potentially also with different skins or something.
We start our mission.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to that, to be honest, because the first game was really good. I really liked that.
The digital world?
We have been enemies for years now.
There's a Digimon game. I'm not into Digimon. I like the title song, but that's pretty much all I know.
You're wrong. Blame yourself or the
And we have Final Fantasy Tactics. Like, it's maybe a new game or a remake. We can maybe look this up because I'm not. I know the first Final Fantasy Tactics a bit. I know it had a fantastic soundtrack. Final Fantasy Tactics 1997 video game. Of course, it has an awesome soundtrack because I thought it might be actually Uematsu who made the thing, but it's not. It doesn't matter too much. Still good. So this is now called Final Fantasy Tactics: The Valis Chronicles. Could be a new. It seems to be something new. I don't know. Okay, there's the thing. The War of the Lions is kind of a PlayStation Portable remake or remake of an original Final Fantasy Tactics, it seems. If it does the Final Fantasy is all of, yeah. I mean, the name Final Fantasy originally was created because Squaresoft or whatever they were called back in the day were kind of at the brink of bankruptcy, so they were basically had no money left, and they made this one final game that had to be a hit to survive. And that was Final Fantasy. And it was a huge success and saved the company. And the rest is kind of history. That's why the name is called Final Fantasy. And each Final Fantasy game has basically nothing to do with each other. There's some names that carry over at times or are reused or whatever. But most of the games, except for Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2 or Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13-2 and Lightning Returns, they are also connected, but I think most of the other games are not really connected and are basically their own game just called Final Fantasy, with new protagonist characters and new worlds and mechanics and whatnot. They're always kind of different. However, that comes out. Kind of cool for tactic fans, very popular among JRPG fans and stuff. This game here was really disturbing. What was a film with Swiss Army Knife Man or something? Reminded me a bit of this film with what was the game with the film called? Swiss Army Man or something like that. Yes. With Daniel Radcliffe. The actor of Harry Potter and so on. First I thought it was something like this. I don't know why I got this association, but yeah, it was a disturbing, weird game. Baby Steps it's called, and you have to, I assume it's one of these games like what was a game with the octopus where you have to control each limb, and it's very goofy walking around and stuff. That looked really cool, the art style here.
In courses from
Golf stuff. Ninja Gaiden, that's something that looked really cool. All the fantastic music. You have heard stuff of this here sometimes in my retro music library stuff when I played.
Hey, wait for me! Encounter other climbers. I'm Marco. Nice to meet you. And survive the harsh conditions of the climb. You can give it a try yourself with a demo that arrives later today.
So yeah, that looked really cool.
I was like, I can't believe this game exists.
Became something that added.
I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to show this here from the German perspective, because these games, some of these games, have Ed Boon and all the other dudes. I don't even know his name. I forgot the other one. But yeah, it's interesting to see.
We knew that we were onto something.
It was such a shock to see this game. I was like, I can't believe this game exists.
Yeah, this game was so brutal back in the day. It was a Super Nintendo game. That's not. We can't really talk about this.
It became something that added to the mystique of Mortal Kombat. Fatality.
We're showing you a part of a world that is much larger.
Yeah, this stuff here. So what they did on the Super Nintendo, that was the scene I was looking for. So on the Super Nintendo, what they basically did to make this game kind of work is they had this screen here and had this actress basically, or actors that performed the moves for this.
That is much.
And they recorded it. And then digitalized it and brought it into the game for this move, for this animation stuff. As a result, the figurines, because they were actual photos of characters, look really realistic, and so to say, on the Super Nintendo back in the day. And of course, they kind of made it work. It was kind of a very interesting idea that it worked. Yeah, stuff like this here, like this dude here, look at this. That to fly up and so on, made all this funny sounds, all this goofy stuff. Yeah, in Germany though, we can't really talk about these games because they are still on the index, especially the second one of all of this. It's complicated shit.
Close.
I like this. When you're in the water, the guy with the machine gun can't hit you. That's why he is not able to hit. I kind of like that they focus on the more goofy side of things of the Metal Gear universe, because in many ways it's often goofy.
What's the matter? I'm over here. Go.
And this guy... I don't want to spoil it because it comes out, but there's some weird mechanics in this game as well. Classic motorcycle chase. This game. But also Phantom Pain. Did you play the games, Baldur? Phantom Pain and stuff.
Has been.
Here's yeah, another game, Neo. It looks really like Neo. So pretty cool that they have a new Neo game. Sea of Thieves, you mean? Gives you a lot of reasons to not play it. Yeah, I'm also a bit angry all the time, it seems. So I feel you.
To have entered the depths of hell.
We can see if there's a demo of Neo 3 and maybe play it. Not sure if today or something. But yeah, that looks pretty cool.
He hides many lost and
Yes, a Thief game, also a legendary IP. It came Thief came out at in the same year. I'm not sure if even a bit earlier or 2 months later than Metal Gear Solid. No, not Metal Gear Solid. Was it Solid? Was it 97? Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PlayStation. And both games are kind of genre-defying for the genre of stealth action games, if that makes sense. So the first Thief was very special, and same with Metal Gear. They're very completely different games, but in a way, they were very important for the genre. Metal Gear kind of survived. Also, it's kind of interesting we get a Thief game here and a Metal Gear game, also kind of being the same presentation, which is interesting. Thief is kind of dead. There was like another Thief game that came out. I don't know. I think it was called. Was it Thief 4? Yeah, from 2014. Oh god, it's 11 years ago. I was at Gamescom and saw a presentation back in the day. I remember that in Germany when it came out. Must be 2014 or 2007. When did it come out? In February. So it was 2013 when I was at Gamescom. And saw a presentation of the Thief game. I assume. I still think I have some sticker or something of that somewhere lying around. Whatever, doesn't matter too much. The game was okay, I think. It was, yeah, pretty middle, a classic 7 out of 10 game. It's not bad, but it's not the best game ever. And was received, like I said, okay-ish to decently good. Like, let's say it was decently received. Unfortunately, it was not, I think, that huge of a success, so they never made a new one, unfortunately. And that's kind of the story of Eidos Montreal, which we also saw here that's making this game. And it's so kind of unfortunate in this regard, because everybody loves Eidos Montreal, but they are kind of in a bit of trouble here and there. And yeah, I don't know. They now do supportive stuff for the new Fable game. They also, I think, help with Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and so on. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. They did Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, which also fell a bit flat. I think they started with Deus Ex: Human Revolution, which is also 2011, a fantastic game, really like it. And Mankind Divided, the next Deus Ex game they made, was really good on paper and so on, or not on paper. It was a good game, but I think they had not the resources to fully finish it, so it felt a bit unfinished and ending abruptly at the end and stuff. Tomb Raider series, I think, kind of worked. So that did also a fantastic job. They did the first Tomb Raider reboot from 2013 and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. There was there was a third Tomb Raider, right? I have to look that up, chat. Tomb Raider series. What was the chronology? Shadow, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and that was made by Crystal Dynamics again, which is the original Tomb Raider creator. I would assume. And I'm currently working on another Tomb Raider again, and on Perfect Dark, interestingly. No, they also made Marvel's Avengers. Oh no. Remember that game? Yeah. I guess that's the problem. Had a nice session. Everything went well. I want to go to the outpost and sell. There's some small boat and explodes me and my ship up. Until I respawned, everything is gone. And the dude killed himself with it. No, nobody has something of the loot. Oh, okay, that's unfortunate. What do you think of Mafia Old Country? Looks also pretty nice. Okay, wish you good night, Dummel. Hope you recover from your frustration. I know how terrible it feels if you get really frustrated, get all the stuff, lose it, and so on, and then go to sleep. But yeah, all the best to you, Dummel. Mach's gut, gute Nacht. Yeah, Mafia game looks pretty good. Haven't seen new stuff yet now about it, but the first Mafia game back in the day was pretty impressive in a way, even though I think it had tons of problems, but from on a technical side of things. Was it Avengers? Maybe I'm mixing things up. Despite strong initial sales, Marvel Avengers was a commercial disappointment, selling 3 million copies. Support from Crystal Dynamics for the game ended September 2023, it being delisted from the digital stores front in the same month. Yeah, it was delisted. I always felt like the review or reception of some of the stuff was very mixed, and then these games kind of died out pretty fast. So we're this. Well, a different story. Thief legendary thing. Very unfortunate for. Not sure how we get there even to this point, but yeah, and for these studios. This year looked kind of interesting, I have to admit. No idea what exactly goes on with it. It was called. That was the other game. Azubo stuff. Azubo gets new stuff.
Dying.
What is it called? Tides of Tomorrow. I don't know, but I don't know. It had something. It's kind of interesting.
Others we are truly grateful for. In October, we added
yeah, Astrobot gets new content, it seems.
5 speedrun levels, followed by new challenge levels in Astrobot. Team Asobi.
We have this doll style, as Benkier once said. This guy here, he looks like Guybrush Threepwood, like from the hair and stuff.
He told me to get a ship.
This is a bit Monkey Island, Sea of Thieves-esque. This is shooting out of a cannon and stuff, but I don't know. If they would say that's kind of place in the Monkey Island universe, I would definitely believe it. You know you don't do fighting there. Turn-based combat and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, we have something that was very reminiscent of Journey. From visionary artists behind Azubo. Oh man. Why is it always so short? Azubo, The Pathless and Journey. But it's made by the studio made other games. Focus a bit on the Sword of the Sea. August 19th of August. Oh, pretty soon, I guess.
Hi everyone, I'm Connie Pathless. It's a new look at Sword of the Sea, a visually striking adventure from the team behind Abzu and Pathless.
Team Abzu and Path. Giant Squid is a team behind Abzu. Impressive. Okay, so yeah, this was in the trailer. Potentially very nice game. You have the glimpse at the new James Bond game.
And I suspect he feels. Let's give him one.
It looks a bit like Tom Cruise. James Bond dude with a scar. Interesting.
He's James.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
We see the classic gameplay, and you see it's yeah, very Hitman-esque. Very curious what they will do out of this.
The manipulator. Whatever the end game is, we won't see it coming.
Jet lag gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
Very curious if this is actually playable. The car driving stuff.
James. Lately, headhunting.
Classic James Bond music, I guess. Well, I'm not too excited, to be honest, because I'm not too deep into these stealth games, but
this is another teachable moment.
I appreciate the existence, though. Very curious if this works. They don't have like there's no new James Bond film out. Not sure who will be the next James Bond actor. I don't know. We will see. Okay, this summer, maybe Summer Game Fest or something, we'll have gameplay reveal stuff. Interesting.
Hello, I'm Hakan Abrak, CEO of Interactive. The team is thrilled.
Yeah, IO Interactive. I said 101, right? I don't know why I came to. I mean, IO Interactive is the developer of Hitman.
To announce 007 First Flight. You'll experience James Bond as a young air crewman in the Royal Navy.
From Denmark, in case you wonder. Yeah, we have always seen your Ghost of Utah stuff. Will potentially be awesome, as always. We know there's a wolf included now. Cool. Marvel, yeah, this was a big thing at the end. Marvel gave their license to or ask what are they called, Arc System Works, to make a fighting game in the Marvel Universe, and it looks fantastic. It looks very impressive. I can see that this is not going to be received pretty well, so in this regard. Kind of interesting. Yeah, that was basically, the last was kind of like a little, almost a little documentary on how this came to be and stuff. Very interesting, but that kind of sums up the PlayStation State of Play at June. It was very interesting. There was some interesting stuff there. I kind of like that the new Bloodstained is now coming out next year at some point. So curious about that. But yeah, we will see, chat. We will definitely see how all this stuff turns out to be. I definitely enjoyed this thing here. There was some cool stuff in it. Unfortunately, no Bloodborne remake or remaster or whatever. It's always a bit unfortunate, I think, but yeah, there's that. So for the continuous program, what's going on here for the German viewers, we will potentially jump back into Night Rain as always. And after doing so, we I don't know where we go. We want to go with this sentence. Yeah, I'm not sure if Bloodborne will ever come out, or I could imagine that they at some point make like a remake, remaster or something. I have no idea. We will see. I'm not sure what From is cooking in the background in the meantime, but yeah, at the same time we know that Blue Byte is working on their own project currently. And Blue Byte, Blue Point. Get the names. I think at least they work on their own project. I'm not 100% sure what their current plans are. No, their game was cancelled. Yeah, Sony wanted to push big on service games, and now they canceled the live service game for them. But yeah, these are the guys who made the Shadow of the Colossus remake or the Demon Souls remake. I guess the other one was more remaster, not remake, but whatever. They also brought some support to God of War, Ragnarok, and so on. They're kind of a studio that's always tasked with remasters, remakes, and stuff, and they're really good at this. So Sony bought them. They were also doing a lot of stuff for Sony most of the time. The Metal Gear Solid HD collection they did for Konami though in 2011. It's a long time. But yeah, previously they were always very busy with this stuff, and it seems like, yeah, I don't know. I hope that Sony gives them a good chance to make stuff. With maybe they want to make their own title, not always work basically as a support studio or on remasters and stuff, but that's what they often do. So I could imagine that at some point they will do that, and that will be kind of interesting, I guess. But we will see, chat. We will see. Always a bit complicated to foresee the future in this regard. But yeah, I'm very curious what the general reception of this State of Play here might be. People say, oh no, it was kind of disappointing or whatever. always hard to foretell, but there were some interesting titles and things, and they focused a lot on stuff that comes out relatively soonish, so always like August, September, October and stuff like that. I think that's a smart move to focus on the present, less on the what's coming out in 5 years. I'm a bit surprised that there's no state of play mega thread for it. You're telling me a Marvel fighting game from Ark was on your bingo card? You were lying. Well, I had it not on my bingo card. What is interesting in this regard, this Marvel stuff here that we see from Ark, it's a very interesting turn of events, because these tech fighters there was one tech fighter in particular that was very popular. It was Marvel versus Capcom. And usually Capcom added some of their Capcom characters and the Marvel characters into one big tech fighting game. And Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 2, 3 were very popular. 4, not so much. And yeah, it's interesting. It seems like Marvel was Disney, whoever is in charge of that, was not happy with the last cooperation with Capcom and gave the license to their competitor in the fighting game realm, to Arc System Works. Say, hey, make us a game with Marvel stuff. And so Marvel vs. Capcom the new one is potentially dead. I think, what was it called? Infinite or something? Marvel vs. Capcom. Infinite, yeah. There's like a Arcade Classic Collection or something. Infinite was not received that well, to be honest. The art style was not that great and stuff. And yeah, when it comes to... people complained a lot about the art style and the far too small roster of characters. And when it comes to art style, there's one studio on this planet that is really good with art style and transferring that. Really impressive. It seems to be also published by Sony, so it won't come to Xbox. But it comes to PC, it seems, so that's also information I can bring you about that. And yeah, the community, the people are losing their mind currently over it. I could be very successful, because I don't think that Arc will screw this up and they nail the art work. If they can do a decent single player campaign, then stuff will work out, I think. I miss a bit the Capcom enemy bounces on the ground and in the background things starts to shake. It's always like a cool little twist, I think. Yeah, very curious to see what's going on. Okay, PlayStation 5 limited time demo out today. I'm not sure if I can even play it. For this to work, I need Neo. Currently there's no thing up, so it seems to be only the demo. I want to play it on my PC. It could be when it comes to Neo that it comes to PC a year later or something. I think they had this weird, we don't release always in parallel. It seems like the demo is not on PC for Neo 3, so we can't play the demo. I hope they would also release it on PC, but it seems to be a time-limited thing for console, which is a bit unfortunate in my opinion. Let me just see if I find some additional information on that. It seems to be announced for PC as well. Not sure if they release on the same day or something, chat. No, the demo seems to be exclusive for PlayStation currently. Available today, but it's not for things. Let's check IGN really quick. Maybe they have information. Okay, the debut trailer revealed the early 2026 release window for the action RPG sequel, which is set for release across PlayStation 5 and PC via Steam. This time, there are open fields for the player to explore, blah blah, whatever. That's basically it. So it comes to PC, potentially in parallel, I would assume. If you want to play the demo on your PlayStation 5, you have until the 18th of June to do so, which I find stupid, to be honest. The demo should just be available till the game or until the end of time. Makes little sense for me, but it seems like the demo is only exclusive to the PlayStation 5 right now, which I don't possess. I don't have a PlayStation 5. I only have a PC and PlayStation 4 Pro and whatnot, and a Switch. That's the consoles. I have a PlayStation 3 as well, and a Super Nintendo, and I think a PlayStation 1 I also still have, but that's kind of it for my hardware. Maybe PC, it's hard to tell if it comes later to PC or not. Who knows, chat? Man, it's always disappointing when no Bloodborne remake. I don't think it's disappointing, to be honest. Nobody's expecting it. At some day it will come, but whatever. So chat, for the English audience, which currently not that numerous, I would assume. Numerous. Can't talk anymore, chat. Yeah, I think we ended here because I've not much more to say about the stuff we just saw. So in this regard, I hope you found this at least distantly interesting. If so, let me know in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe and stuff like that. Would be much appreciated. I'm planning on, for the English channel, I'm planning on doing like a little first impressions mini review thing for Night Rain, which I'm currently playing extensively. I've already beaten all the bosses in the game, so there's that. And now I have to maybe try a bit of solo play and do some of these Remembrance class quests to get a better overview of what's going on there. So then after that, I feel like I can give you I already feel like I can give you an honest opinion on what I think about it. I like it a lot to give you the short form of it. It has some issues here and there, of course, but overall it's a very fun experience. Curious if FromSoft is able to keep a game like this alive, which requires new content after some time. It's also quite difficult, I would say. So you have to expect failure at some point. They already boosted a bit the solo player experience by giving you an extra life at the final boss and so on. So that's good. But yeah, we will see, chat. We will see. I wish you, the English viewers, a fantastic rest of the day and so on. Hope you enjoyed this little look into the PlayStation showcase that we had here called State of Play. And very interesting. Some of the stuff will also come to PC, so that's good for me because I'm mainly a PC player. And is there anything else? Well, that will be on the games channel, of course. In this regard, I also plan to do like a lore stream at some point. That makes sense. On the English, but currently, yeah, I'm so busy with other stuff that I just never find the energy left to start a lore stream, which are always very exhausting because you have to be so focused and talk for like a couple of hours straight and be very focused on the topic and dive deep into book passages and so on. That's always not that easy, to say the least, but I definitely have it on my mind to finally come back to that. So have a good one, people on the English channel here. There will be more content coming up. If you speak German, in that case, you can check the German Twitch channel, tph_games on Twitch, or it also I think it's tph games de on as its channel on YouTube, where I also stream it if you prefer YouTube over Twitch. So if you want to watch there, you will find me there, of course. So thank you, people, for watching. For the German people, we switch to German in a moment, so things get back to normal there. But I thought it was a good opportunity to watch this and make some content for the English channel. So have a fantastic rest of the day, or a good evening, a good night. Sleep well. It's kind of late here in Europe already. And thank you, people, for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.